Okay. We are live. This is John Croft coming to you from Sicily, Italy, and this is my partner Noel Blanchard. And we're going to bring in Andrew. We're doing this in reverse because we've had some technical difficulties. So we're just going to add in Andrew, which is on there, I think.
I think he's not in there yet. He's got to join the live.
Okay, let's see if he can join.
There
he
he
is.
is.
Hello.
Oh. Add.
Add. And with the power of technology,
Hopefully.
this is hopefully going to work.
Hey, Ron!
Oh, for a moment there was like, no.
That's really funny. Super
Good.
cool. Oh man, I had perfect photography lighting before we started, and now it's like harsh light. Oh well. You guys,
Right.
I'm so excited to have you on. Thanks for making this work.
Awesome.
So
Thank you.
let me make proper introductions. So we have here on the line with us John Croft, who is the author of this beautiful book, Cacao Addict, which is me, 2AT. And I'm so excited for you guys to be able to see this. First of all, you're going to want to stay tuned because we're not only going to talk about what's in this book and what inspired John to create it and how you can get your hands on it, but I also have 3 copies to give away. Now, I can't mail them to Australia. Just so you guys know, if you're in the U.S. and Canada, I have 3 copies that I can give away to you. Okay, it's kind of crazy to send books to Australia from the United States because I don't have a special forwarding service or anything like that.
Absolutely.
Oh, and then John, you have your partner Noel there next to you too. That's who's
Yes,
with me here
yes,
on the side.
Hey, we're kind of like trying to squeeze in together.
Yes.
I'll occasionally
John and
turn the camera
Noel.
to him.
That'll work. So John and Noel are doTERRA leaders who are from Australia, living in Italy, right?
Yes.
And so they've got a thriving team that's obviously gone international, which is what so many of the people on the Facebook Live want. And then John, of course, has found a very cool niche market, which ironically I was telling them at the hotel during convention that this is what I was going to have my niche market be. So it's really fortunate that you got there first because you did an amazing job with it. So tell us
Thank you.
about your book and where the idea came from.
Thank you. That's really good. And again, thanks for having us on this call. It's just awesome. Can I just talk a little bit about synchronicity before I get into the book? We
Yeah,
were
please.
we were just at the International Global Convention, the Dream Convention, which was awesome. And we bumped into this really cool guy who we've been following for quite a while. And we caught up last year with your previous amazing book as well. And then I said, I've got this chocolate book. And he said, let's do this video. And we said, yes, this is awesome. And here we are. So it was just definitely serendipity and meant to be. Yes. So the idea for me with this book was, I mean, again, like yourself, I'm a crazy raw chocolate fanatic. I didn't really know about the truth and the depth of raw cacao until about 8 years ago. I went along to a class and tried the raw cacao bean, and I tried some different recipes with the Peruvian style the cacao in there. And then I just started to make recipes. I started to create things with superfoods. I'm quite passionate about South American superfoods. And I began on this, I guess, epic creation journey of coming up with these really crazy recipes, including all these different superfood powders from around the world and South American superfood powders. And then doTERRA came 4 years ago, and that's when we really began to do these classes every single week and incorporate the different essential oils into these recipes. So the recipes for me then, it was, the cacao, then it was superfoods, and then doTERRA food grade essential oils. Hello. My recipes were complete. So this journey of creating different recipes, from bliss balls to hard chocolates to hemp seeds to these amazing Peruvian superfood wonderful powders, um, making cups with nuts and seeds and grains, and I just went on this crazy journey. And then
He has been known to wake up at 3 a.m. and go, I know what I need to make now.
that's very true. I keep a notebook by my bed. So
How do I get my partner to do that?
Yes.
Wake up in the middle of the night and say, I need to make something chocolatey.
Yes, definitely. That's where all my recipes came from. Divine inspiration. But we were running classes every single Friday, and I was just giving people a single sheet, and we talk a little bit about oil education as well. And everyone there just kept saying, when are you going to do a book? When are you going to do a book? So I listened and I delivered. And look, we are just so beyond excited how it turned out. It's beautiful. The photos are just spectacular. The recipes are, are simple, in my opinion, simple to make. Highly nutritious. It's not empty food. It's nutrient dense, amazing chocolate. And if you're eating the right stuff, you're getting the right benefits. It's not going to make you crash, sugar crash. Good stuff.
No, I need to back you up when you say that this is beautiful. When I open this book up, like the artwork is just, it's stunning. The photography, it's so well designed. And you guys know me. I told the guys this at the hotel. I said, by the way, that makes it sound like I went like to meet you at the hotel, like in a fishy way. It was the hotel lobby, okay? For those of you that think that, at the hotel lobby, I told you guys that I do not give design compliments freely. And when I opened this book up, I was just like instantly wowed. It's so beautiful. So all the recipes in here are yours. You fine-tuned and perfected these yourself, right?
Absolutely. And I created everything. Let me tell you, the production and the photography of this book was, we decided to do this in the month before we moved to Italy, which is not a small feat. Yeah, lemon myrtle, one of my favorites. So I made probably 7 or 8 recipes each day, and then the photographer would come in. We did the styling, we did the photography, and then I just did it all over again the next day and made things in the evening so they were ready for the next morning. It was a crazy journey, but we are very proud of it, and it's turned out beautiful. Couldn't be happier.
Okay.
So
Well,
if I can just say with the what we do with the classes is that we John will make it, and I'll help as well. We'll make the chocolate while people are there, so they can get to see that it can be used internally. They can see that the quality's there, and then we will talk. We've got a couple of different ways. We can just go and do an oil class effectively, or we sometimes do a lot of them we do meditation with. And then after the meditation is when we go into the oils more as well. So it really gives people that whole nurturing experience. And while we're talking about the oils, they get to eat what was made. So they get that whole like, wow, this is so good, and want to be able to make more of it.
Yeah. And plus, on that as well, it gives people a lot of ideas for LRP. So, if they haven't got cardamom or ginger or,
oh, hold on.
oils.
Don't say flavors. Stop saying flavors. I want to quiz people a little bit.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Okay, let's do this because I have 3 copies of this to give away. So besides peppermint and cardamom and ginger, which you just said,
Yes.
what is a unique flavor of essential oil that would just dazzle the chocolate experience? The first person to write in the comments to answer that question gets a copy of this book.
Woohoo!
And you have to in the U.S. and Canada for me to mail this to you. Okay, so it can't be ginger, peppermint, or cardamom. What would be a fantastic compliment to chocolate? By the way, I love that you said cardamom because that's one of my very favorite compliments to chocolate. We made some homemade chocolate. Corey says lavender. Okay,
you go. Way.
Book this to Corey. So,
excellent.
So let's talk more about this because I love that you brought up the idea of creating more, helping people find creative ways to fill their LRP orders. Now, this is my question for you. I teach when doing just basic business training, I teach with a ferocity that you should master the foundational skills before you get off fancy pants. And by fancy pants, I mean by venturing into like finding your niche market, things like that. And when I saw this book, I thought this would just be a badass continuing education class. And like you could do these, like you could also have this as like a sampling experience where you could do, create a few concoctions and then have that be the way that you just get people's curiosity about essential oil spike. So having said that, you've got a big successful doTERRA team. So I know that people are teaching really good, simple intro to oil classes, but you're also teaching these kinds of classes. How do you fit it all in together and make it make sense?
Well, I think, for us personally, finding this niche market with raw chocolate and the mindfulness, the meditation, and also the education, we're both very passionate about educating about the real deal. As we know, we're also lucky to have access to with our doTERRA oils. It's finding for us, that's what we really loved doing, and that's what we really love teaching. So that one is our passion, so that it's a no-brainer to kind of incorporate that in. So wherever we go in the world, we try to do a oil education class that involves chocolate, because who doesn't like chocolate? It's the most nourishing food on the planet. We have the most nourishing
Agreed.
oils on the planet, and when you combine it with the superfoods, it again, it's a no-brainer. So with us, just teaching people, it's almost like it's a soft. I don't want to use the word sell, but it is a little bit like a soft sell when you are having an introduction class with oils in food, because it's a different approach for people to have an experience. And when they taste that first, a chocolate with peppermint in it or cardamom in it, they're just like, it's a real game changer for people. So it opens the doorway to give people an experience to then go, wow, I want to know more about this as well. Did you want to add to that?
And it is also really good as a follow-up class as well. So they have come to the basic oil class and they've learnt about it, and then it's like, oh, would you like to come back and get to taste chocolate as well? So then they're coming back, and then you can talk other oils that they go, I need that as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
And what we found, we tend to, one of my top 5 strengths and Noel's strengths is connectedness and community, the community feel. And I think people just love to come back and have an experience with you. It's, cacao for me, I don't know if anyone knows this on the call, but cacao is such a divine superfood. It opens pathways in your brain. It creates chemicals to make you feel good. It brings about serotonin, dopamine, all these amazing chemicals in our brains and in our heart spaces. So when you share that with people and people have an experience, and it's also a little bit of education in there too, we always have sellout classes every week, and people coming, bringing friends, saying, "Oh, you got to come and try this class." And that's what we are so proud to share and to give to the world.
So when people eat chocolate, they feel happier, they buy more oils, is what you're saying.
Exactly, exactly.
Well,
They
that
go
sounds
away
like a
feeling good.
win for everyone.
Yes, they go away
So
feeling
I
good.
love that. Tell me, from all the recipes in this book, a lot of these are things that people would love to have as like a treat for the end of a class. And I know that some of the recipes in here are pretty speedy to make. Some of them take more
Yes.
time. If you had a time crunch and you needed, some essential oil inspired treat for the very end of your intro to oils class, what would you say is the easy one to whip up really fast?
Or I reckon I've given a pretty foolproof recipe for the basic raw chocolate. It's cacao butter, it's virgin coconut oil, it's cacao powder, it's maple syrup, and it's the oil of your choice with a pinch of pink salt. That's it. Simple, simple. You can add any nut to that. You can add any seed to that. You can add any oil to that. Whatever you want. That's the basic foolproof chocolate recipe that will go hard and it will set in the refrigerator. Okay. Other than that, it's any of the bliss balls. The balls are easy. You chuck in dates, you chuck in the nuts of your choice. If you've got a good, high-speed food processor, it'll do it fine. Roll them up, chuck them in the fridge. Easy, easy. And the other
Okay,
ones
so
that
those are ones that it takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes to prepare. Then you put
yeah,
it in the refrigerator while you're teaching your class, and then pull it out at the end. Is that right?
yep. And for me, I mean, I'm an educator. I love to talk, so I really delve into the benefits of acai berry, or the benefits of maca, or the benefits of spirulina, and where it comes from. And this oil, and I talked about co-impact sourcing as I'm putting these drops of oil in. So it becomes an experience for people because they hear about the quality and the testing and all that. I weave all that into it as well, so it doesn't
Okay,
take long. Yep.
I love that. So for another giveaway for this book, the first person to write this in the comments gets the book. All right. So who
Woohoo!
can tell me what if you were making a cacao smoothie? What would you put in there oils wise to complement your cacao smoothie?
Here
And
we go.
I do this on a regular basis, by the way. I actually make a cacao smoothie probably 5 times. I make it like a cacao protein shake, like
Oh,
5 times
yum.
a week, and I love it. And I know that you're not opposed to cacao and smoothies and shakes and things like that.
Definitely not. There is 5 recipes actually in the book at the end. There's juices and
Right.
smoothies.
There's 5. Okay, so Don wins that one. That's peppermint. Kathy's into turmeric.
Congratulations.
And Kathy, I've done that. You could actually do turmeric with wild orange, which would be a fantastic combo, or like turmeric with tangerine. The turmeric for me, I'm not sure about you John and Noel, but I love when my chocolate is a little more earthy and less like saccharine. And
Yes.
so that's why I actually like turmeric in chocolate, because it gives it kind of like a dirty essence to it.
Yes, it's beautiful. I actually do a recipe in my book called the Three Wise Men's Balls, and it is gold. So the turmeric is gold, myrrh and frankincense as well. So I use the
Uh-huh.
gold, frankincense, and myrrh. But previously I used to use the powder, so I'd make the golden paste powder. But now we have the oil. Yippee! So we can add the oil into the balls, and it'll be the benefits of myrrh, frankincense, and turmeric. So very, very
Uh-huh.
exciting. Yes,
Yes,
I
and
haven't
that's
done
so
it yet.
creative. I love it. Oh, let's see. Trudy says, "Are you seeing my posts?" We are seeing your posts. Yeah, Trudy, I see your post. But I saw Don comment first, though. Um, okay. So my last question for you is this, and then if you guys have any questions, they want to know where to buy this book. First of all, where do we get the
Oh yeah,
book?
I can tell
We'll
you
put it
that.
in the
Perfect,
comments.
perfect. I can put that in the comments, but I can tell you some distributors right now through America. We've got oillife.com. We've got Sue Lawton is traveling around the whole the states at the moment, selling books as well at her events. Sue Lawton. We've also got aromatools.com, and we've got oil supplies as well. But I'll put these in the comments through our website, which is shantystar.com/shop. So www.shantystar.com/shop. And in the UK, we're working with Essential Oils UK, and soon it's going to be on Amazon, y'all.
Okay,
So
so
we're working on
soon
getting
it's
it on
gonna be on
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yep,
Yes.
yep, yep. If we can get it
Good.
through. we're having a few issues with getting it on there, but it'll be on there soon.
Okay. And
Yes.
then we have people from the UK and Australia on these Facebook Lives too. So
Okay. Yep.
internationally, it's similar venues.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yes, yes.
Yeah, our website, they can get links to it from our website, which is
Okay.
shantystar.com.
Awesome, awesome. And we'll be in the UK next week. Woohoo!
Cool. Okay,
Yep.
yes, please type all that in the comments, because everyone's going to private message me and ask Bert to buy your book, and
I
if
will.
it's in the
It'll
comments, that'll be easier.
drive you crazy, so I'll make sure I do that. No problem.
So from a business strategy standpoint, if I were to use this as a sampling, you called it a soft close, which I really like, because we've done like very fancy sampling opportunities, like an essential oils and cocktails event, which was wildly popular.
Yeah.
People came and we had 3 different cocktails, and people would just sip those, and that was kind of their intro just to the idea of using oils in a food sense. And then we'd invite them back to an intro to oils class. Now, I want to give a little caveat here, you guys. You do not have to have crazy fancy sampling opportunities like that. And if you don't know how to teach a stellar, rock solid, awesome intro to oils class, you should not be doing fancy things yet, okay? If you know your intro to oils class inside and out, then it's super cool and probably very smart of you to introduce specialty topics like this. So my strategy question is this, Noel and John: how do you take someone from that first chocolate experience to coming back and doing an intro class and enrolling with the kid?
Okay. I think Noel's going to answer this one.
Tell them that there'll be more chocolate and different style when they come to the class. Yeah, so that tell them that there'll be more chocolate and different ones when they come back for the class. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
And bring a
Really
friend.
what you do?
Yeah.
And bring a friend. Yeah. I
And
mean, I
bring
think
a
it
friend.
is. Yeah. I mean, speaking on that again, it's that initial taste. Like, I mean, I remember my first experience. I did not know that you could put oils in food, and this was five years ago when I had my first experience, 4.5 years ago. And from then, that's just excited my passion no end, obviously, to create a book, but also to support our team. So not only at classes that we run, I'm known as the chocolate guy. Every time we have a class of any sort, there's always chocolate, or there's always something that has got chocolate with oils in it, and I think it's that passion, and it's that health. And we are wellness advocates, and I think it's important to weave that into health and wellness as much as we can. And if that's internal is your thing, then that's good.
Okay, I love that, and I like that you're using chocolate as a creative and ethical bribe for people. Is that
Yeah,
not a smart business practice?
exactly,
So,
exactly.
what about it sounded like you'll not actually, let me back up a little bit and give you some context here. I'm a big advocate for having a simple intro to oils class that duplicates very easily. And sometimes I know that when you start adding in, you know, like making fancy chocolates or making fancy cocktails or you know, a whole smorgasbord of food or whatever, that it can sometimes get in the way of duplication. Having said that, I know that you guys have really rocked this to where it's not muddling your duplication process. So how exactly are you, like, is there a limit, or is there a point of maturity that you require builders to hit before they start doing fancy things like this, or how are you making sure that duplication happens while you have fun?
Yeah, yeah. Look, I mean, the whole idea behind the book was to make it simple and all levels. You know, like really, there some of the pictures I've had some people say, "Wow, that looks amazing," but you know, there's like a triple layer or it's a double layer. It isn't hard if you do it all in the base and the middle and the top ingredients. It's actually not difficult. But the purpose of the book was to really make these recipes so simple that anyone can do it. And I've actually had so many people send me recipe pictures, and they said it turned out like the book. It turned
Oh,
out like
cool.
the book, you know. And I'm like, yes, that's the idea, you know. So I wanted it to be easy, and I wanted it to be replicatable. I wanted it to be duplicatable. So it really is simple, and you'll surprise yourself. You know, it's all about quality products. So you get a lot of your stuff from Whole Food stores or Amazon Prime, or Amazon has got them. Your local health food stores. Buy organic, buy Peruvian, and these are all the tips that I put in the books, in the book as well. And also told you, you know, about sourcing the superfoods and sourcing the best of the best. So I've outlined that in pretty much in detail in the beginning before the recipes as well. But I mean, they're simple, aren't they? The
Yeah.
recipes are simple.
It's all designed that, you know, someone can easily have it, and you can either have it as, like you say, a specialty class, or it's something that they can have at a normal class, so that people can go, oh, I can understand, I can eat this. It must be really good quality.
Yeah. And people get a high, so we like people getting a high from Peruvian cacao. It's the best in the world.
I love it. I love it. Now, don't you guys don't get your attendees too high, or else they won't be paying attention to what you're saying during the class, right?
Yes, yes. I call it a mouthgasm. It's a mouthgasm, okay?
No, one thing I really want to applaud you for, as just as I listen to you speak about these things, is I can tell that you really have a passion for what you're talking about, and you really feel like you're bringing true value to people. You know, sometimes when I see people try to specialize, it's because they don't connect to the intrinsic value of the oils themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
people will be afraid that their friends won't enjoy the intro to oils class, so they'll think I have to have a spread of wine and pizza and nuts and all kinds of things on the table to get people interested, and that's not why you're doing this. You're doing this because this is just your soul says chocolate goes with oils, so let's have some chocolate
Yes,
there too.
it does. It does. You know, again, I think it is the number one healing food on the planet. We're so blessed to have access to it, you know. And then with that creation of adding superfoods into it too, I think you know, I've always had this desire to the health and the wellness industry has always been something that's appealed to myself and Noel as well, and giving people the opportunity to have access and education to make healthy food, because I can't stand, like when I'm traveling, empty food just makes me feel empty. It makes me feel, you know, dead inside. I want nutrition. I want nutrient dense snacks, and I want to educate people in that they can do the same. So whenever I'm home or whenever I'm back in Italy, wherever I'm living, I will make a batch up of the bliss balls or the healthy chocolate with the superfoods in it. So when I'm hungry or when we're hungry, we can snack out. It looks like you're having a naughty snack, but you're actually not. It's healthy.
Not just
Yeah, a naughty snack, but in turn, you're feeding your temple, and then with the best essential oils in there too. I mean, it's a win, all round. It's a win.
absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
your book came at such perfect timing, because I've got to tell you, I've been doing so many intro classes, because we have on our team right now about 13 builders that we're simultaneously launching in multiple states. And
Wow.
I love the peppermint brownies, but I'm done with peppermint brownies for a minute. And so this is so exciting to me. So we're going to try a lot of these in our
Awesome.
upcoming
Awesome.
classes.
I can't wait for you to try the lemon myrtle. How lucky were we to be at convention that you're able to get a lemon myrtle? Us Aussies had a lemon myrtle before for the previous year's convention in Australia. So that's why I snuck that one in the book. I wasn't convinced, and I went, no, no, put it in, put it in. So I want you to try the lemon myrtle with the Inca berries. It is sensational. It's really
Perfect.
yummy.
Well, yeah, and you said that you almost left that recipe out of the book,
Yes.
so I'm happy for that too.
Yeah, it's
And
delicious.
I
And
see that lemon. I've had lemongrass and chocolate, and that
yeah,
was sensational by
yeah,
itself. So
yeah.
this will be fun.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Beautiful.
so I have one more book to give away, and Trudy, I'm going to give you a head start. I think Trudy, on your end, it looks like you're first to you, but we're just going with the comments that appear first on our end. But I'm going to give you a head start, Trudy. Type in the word October in your comments. Okay, the first person to type in the date in which they're going to have their first essential oil and cacao inspired event gets the third copy of the book. All right.
Oh, here
So,
we go. Ready, set,
and I,
go.
and I want to hear from you guys. I want you to write some guest posts and send some pictures into the forum too after you start making these. It has to be a full date, Emily. October is not a date. October is not a date. That's a month. So you have to have an actual date, you guys.
And Nana, you're in Australia. Oh, there we go.
Okay, Trudy wins. It's October 14th. Okay, so Trudy and Don and Corey, would you guys private message me your mailing address so I can send you your copy of this beautiful book? For all of you guys, Christina and Janelle and everyone else that's sending dates in, you guys go buy this book. It is so lovely. You guys,
Thank you.
John and Noel, you just pulled this off miraculously. And it's going to bring so much value to so many people. So I know that everyone's looking for a special angle to take with the oils, and this is definitely it. And I want to thank you for being here on the forum on the Facebook Live with me too.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. We're happy to do it in reverse. I'm pleased it worked. God, technology,
cool.
we worked it out. We did it.
Right.
Yes.
I know, right? Thank goodness. Oh, and Janelle asked, can you share this video on your private pages after you buy the book? Of course, absolutely.
Please,
We would.
please.
You guys value like this, you'll notice something with me. I have no problem promoting something that brings more value to the people that I'm promoting it to. So that's why when I see something like this, if you wrote a crappy book, I wouldn't have you on a Facebook Live. But you wrote a phenomenal book. So
Thank you. That means a lot to us.
absolutely.
Love your work.
Thank you so much for your contribution to all of us and for being here with us. And I'll let you go ahead and hit the end button because I'm technically the guest for your Facebook Live right now. So.
We could just do a little tour around Sicily here while we're here.
Perfect.
No,
Let's do it.
Thank you again. I really appreciate it. Love your work.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Hey,
see everybody.
thank you.
Bye.
Likewise. Bye, everyone.
Bye.